Hey guys, Brian here at home, and this is part two of a truck driver's questions. So my buddy Josh wrote in and asked me a bunch of questions about fitness related to the specific challenges that truck drivers have to deal with when they're trying to get fit and healthy. Things like erratic sleep schedules or the complete total lack of a sleep schedule, and the truck stop slop, the disgusting food that is often sold in truck stops. It is food that is it's garbage masquerading as food, and the extreme loneliness and isolation. So there are some psychological challenges, depression, anxiety. Truckers often have significant money problems because there tend to be marital issues. If the driver is married, basically the truck driver works, and the and his wife or her husband, if the driver's female, but the spouse typically spends all of the money, and it can be a nightmare. So anxiety, depression, eating to make yourself feel better, eating because you're bored, because truck driving is incredibly boring, finding places to work out, and buying a membership at a gym, but it doesn't cover going to this other gym, and so you have to pay more money over there, and trying to be fit as a truck driver can be a nightmare. I mean, limited storage space for food. It's really insane. So this is a special shout out to all of the truck drivers, because I used to be one, and so I know a little something about getting fit in the truck, or fitter in the truck. So on to the questions. So Josh's second question is on to gyms. Not really into paying for a gym membership, but I can see the utility in that from time to time. From what you remember, what's the most common gym you've seen around this working area? I've seen a few of the national brands, but haven't noticed any one more than the other. I have thought about maybe getting a membership to the YMCA. Isn't membership to one applicable to all nationwide? This is an excellent question. So the working area that he's referring to is the 300-mile radius around Olney, Illinois. He runs the dedicated Walmart runs out of Olney, Illinois. And so they typically only drive a 300-mile radius. The funny thing about Walmarts are an ecological or an economical oddity. So Walmart, by its being the giant that it is, attracts large amounts of customers. And so other businesses, tend to want to post up right next to a Walmart. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Walmart centers tend to share this massive parking lot with Lowe's and Home Depots and gyms, right? So putting your business right next to a Walmart is basically like getting free advertisement. You're basically using Walmart to attract a large number of clients who may become foot traffic for your business. So national chains like 24 Hour Fitness and Gold's Gym and Anytime Fitness, they tend to have a business within walking distance of a Walmart, and that's really good for truck drivers that deliver to Walmart. So which gym to select? That can be kind of an interesting question, because when you purchase a membership at like a Gold's Gym, it's good as far as I know for all Gold's Gyms, but it doesn't really help you if you are stopped for the night at a Walmart that has access to a 24-hour fitness. And it would be really expensive to try to buy memberships at all of the possible gyms that you could come across. So what I would suggest doing is purchasing a membership at your favorite gym, like a Gold's Gym. Maybe Gold's Gym was always good to me when I was on the road. And what you can do is, if you find yourself at a Walmart that has access to Gold's Gym, you go in there and you train. If you find yourself with access to a 24-hour fitness or some other gym, then you go in there and you pay the day usage fee and you train in there. Or if it's your training day, right? Because I know that you guys are going to be responsible. You're going to keep accurate workout records. You're going to keep accurate nutrition records, and you're going to schedule all this shit, right? You're going to do that. So when your schedule tells you that it's time for you to train, and maybe you don't have access to any of these facilities. Some of these Walmarts are out in the middle of nowhere, and maybe that's one of your days. You're just going to have to accept the fact that you're going to have to train anyway inside the truck. So you may go a week without being able to go to an actual gym. You're just going to have to make do with some of the equipment that I can show you how to build, and some of the equipment that you can buy that is really good for truck drivers. For example, these are power blocks, right? These are adjustable dumbbells. Each one of these plates, I think, is 3 pounds, and you just adjust this little pin setting, set it back inside its case, adjust the slot, pull it all the way out, and now your handle has no weight on it. And so those are really good for truck drivers because you get every weight from like 3 pounds all the way up to 24. Or if you want to get the bigger power blocks, I use these to train clients. This goes from 5 to 50 pounds. And so it's really great for having in the truck. I can also show you how to make your own suspension straps, and you can hang these from trees. You can loop these underneath your feet. If you don't have weights, you just loop these underneath your feet, like I'm doing here, and you grab, and you just try to do a bicep curl just as hard as you can. It's a time static contraction. Anyway, so I mean, there are some things that you can do. You don't absolutely have to go to a gym. So why would you want to go to a gym? The best reason I can think of to go to a gym is for the social aspect. So I said earlier that one of the most important obstacles that truckers face is not physical, but it's mental. There are some serious psychological issues that need to be resolved when you're a truck driver, when you spend long tracts of time alone and isolated, and oftentimes go for weeks or months without talking to a real human being. That's not a joke. When I was a truck driver, I mean, it wasn't uncommon to go a week, 2 weeks without talking to anybody. Besides, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I want the soda. Casual business transactions when you go into these small truck stops. But you got to get out of the truck, and you got to force yourself to be social and to go interact with people. And some people have recommended getting out of the truck and going into truck stops to talk with other truckers, but truckers are all full of their conspiracy theory bullshit, and they just want to talk about how the government sucks and politics sucks, and it is. I mean, I'm an anarchist, so I get that government sucks, totally sucks. But you can't wallow in that all day. You can't listen to talk radio for 10 hours while you're driving down the road. And then, in your one opportunity to go get a fresh, clean mental slate and go get some socializing in, go into the truck stop and talk about what you heard on talk radio. You can't do that. That is a mental practice that is not sustainable. And so I think you will have better quality social interactions in a gym. Because everybody in that gym is there to try to improve their lives. Whatever their workout plan, whatever their nutrition protocol, they're all there to make their lives better. They are, by their nature, go-getters. They are people who are willing to experience discomfort in the short term to experience gain or benefit in the long term. So they are people who have an amazing ability to delay gratification. They are people who understand what it means to work hard. They are people who place a premium on evidence and results and putting forward your best effort and really on doing things right, however they define right. And so I think going to a gym is really more beneficial for your mind, for a healthy mind. Sorry, just got an email. So get out and go to the gym. Pick your favorite one. Pick a Gold's Gym. Go in there, work out, and as you get fitter, and as you get stronger, and as you get more attractive, you can go flirt with the cute girls behind the front desks who so often run the front desks. Or, you know, flirt with some of the guys if you're a female truck driver, or for some of you male truckers out there. No judgment. But definitely get out of the truck. Get yourself into a gym on a regular basis. And yeah, getting a membership at one is getting a membership at all of them. So I will make a separate video on his other questions. He's got like 4 more. But this is the time for a little shameless self-promotion. So I am a personal trainer down in Bradenton, Florida, and I would love to do some distance training with truck drivers. I understand that truck drivers have an erratic schedule, so they can't often, or really can't ever, commit to coming into a facility on a regular basis. But you'd be amazed at what we can get accomplished with Skype and email. Prime Inc., which is who Josh drives for, and where I met him, and who I used to drive for. Prime Inc. has a Department of Driver Health and Fitness, and they've got a fitness program, and it is distance training. That is exactly what it is. Sepiwe hooks you up to his little body media. I don't know if he's still using the body media, but yeah, I was there. I drove for Prime. I went through the driver fitness program. I got myself my little $300 body media band, and he does distance training with you. He hooks you up to a body media band, and he attempts to train you through email correspondence, and he attempts to I guess, train you with Skype. I was already pretty fit, I guess, pretty fit and athletic when I went through his program. So he didn't really coach me so much as we just maintained a correspondence. But I would imagine that he could train you with Skype if that's something that you needed. So if you're driving for Prime and you don't want to train with me, I highly recommend that you go through Prime's health and fitness program. I think it's a great program, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. But if you're not driving with Prime and you are looking for a personal trainer that will train you using the magic of the internet, find me on Facebook. There will be a link below in the description. Find me on Facebook and send me a message or leave me a comment on my page, and we will talk and we'll set something up. I really want to train truck drivers because that is where I cut my teeth on health and fitness. So I'd like to give something back to the truck driving community. Yeah, stay tuned for part 3. Then you're gonna like the next video, doing pull-ups on a tree. It's coming up next.